Hi, this is another episode of Candace Michelle Views. I am going to go back over my last video since I got a lot of responses back. Well, I feel like I got a lot of responses back indirectly from people. So I'm just going to go over briefly of an update of the last video that I did that I feel like a lot of responses were indirectly given back to me. So, it seems like the last video that I did when I kind of like circled the face of Miley Cyrus, stating if she just took her hair off and changed it to Aisha's, it will be the same looking person. So it seems like Aisha or Miley, whichever one, decided to say, hey, well, let Aisha change her hair to Miley's and see what people thought. But it kind of backfired on her because everyone was like, oh, this is like a white woman. So it's kind of like, yeah, you didn't help yourself at all with people insinuating that you could be possibly dueling a role. As you can see, I posted this picture up and it seemed like she definitely responded. Okay, we're going too fast. Needs to be pulled a little bit so I can direct it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like she kind of responded to that because the last video that I put up, I kind of circled just like, oh, if she takes this hair off, you'll have the same exact person. So it seemed like she was like, well, I'll put this hair on and I don't look nothing. But it backfired because everyone was like, oh, who is this white woman? Then you could kind of see the pause. I mean, come on. I'm telling you. They always have this kind of fat face when they're the second person. They add on. It's always going to be this kind of face, like chunky. So now they think that that's a dead giveaway. So look what Steph said. Here he goes with the purple sweater. Last time was pink. This time it's purple. They love this purple color. That's a code. Purple. So Steph Curry says, "You are beautiful, baby. And don't let anyone tell you differently, okay? I mean it. There's just a bunch of meanies out there. And I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Do you, boo boo? Pink purple shirt. P.S. If the wig falls off, I won't tell anyone, I promise. Pinky promise. It'd be hilarious though, but won't anybody know? Wait, that's been you in this bed the whole time with a bunch of question marks? I ain't even know. Now I'm tripping. Why are they playing? Like, get out of here. Okay, you didn't know who she was in the bed and all this time, and now you're tripping over it. What's up? Like, it's corny. Just say what's going on. But that was a indirect response directly after me posting this. Like, oh, yeah, she responded, and it didn't help her. Now let's get back to the next one. I know you're confused, but this is Takara, and that's Megan. And guess who they're with? They're with their mutual friend. They're with their mutual friend, and that's going to be another thing that I go over with mutual friends. LJ and Takara. This is in 2017, right before she disappeared, and so yeah, it's not even far away from them hanging out. Mutual friends, of course, yeah. Like, I thought he only does like celeb. Like, I mean, she's a celeb, but last thing she did was top model. She probably do little things here and there, but it's nothing mainstream, nothing that anyone is like, oh. where she needs LJ to be her stylist, And then it's like, boom, here goes LJ again. Not with Takara, but with Megan. Okay, people will be friends. I mean, it happens. I just want to add that in the bucket of twinsies. So, move on again. I mean, I just had to just point that out because the last video I had, it was all chopped up from YouTube. Everything came out clear on my end, but when I uploaded it, it was very choppy. So I understand all the little comments that I got and the positive or the negative. And trust me, I don't mind negative comments because I'm a commenter too. So, welcome. We're just alike. We're here with it. Say whatever you want because that's the same thing I'm going to be doing. So, go for it. Mention it all. Mention it all. Say what you need to say and feel better about it and feel like that's what I wanted whoever to know. And, so let's move on. That's just respond, just to go over with what young Pharaoh as well. Just to, I feel like he responded to me as well. And he just non-stop responding. So, I don't know if this is, an actual secondary character, but I'm telling you, I wouldn't be shocked, And even if it's not the secondary character of Katt, I do believe that they are all living, they all come from like some type of like orphanage, not orphan, they're getting these people, they're getting them young. They always, they have to train them young, so they won't never say a word. This is what the code of silence is all about. It's most likely because it's been programmed into them for something that they don't understand, don't have any reason to go against what they know. So I don't know if he's a part of like this community of people, age, whatever you want to call it, where they've been just training, but he knows what he's doing, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's a Katt to win. He's whatever secondary if that Katt plays, but I can't prove it. It's alleged. It's alleged. Yeah, so I think he responded to me. He just picked some random girl comment and like dogged her out. I was like, oh, it's always these black girls. So I was like, okay, fine. I don't mind him saying that stuff because this is his show, is his opinions, and he's allowed to say whatever he wants to say, even if people agree with it or not. It's not for you to care to say, oh, you shouldn't say it. No, he should say it, but it's whether how you take it. So anyway, he dogs this girl out. She didn't really say nothing wrong. I just felt like he wanted to say what he said, because I did that little cat video. Yeah, and this is like literally the next video after my video. So I feel like this whole video was just like, I'm like, I don't know if he saw my video, but it seems like it because there's a lot of responsey things going on. I just came back from Los Angeles and Denver. I went to Los Angeles, went on Nick Cannon, and y'all already know how that went. Okay. And I definitely wanted to put this up to Nick Cannon. Talking about he went on Nick Cannon's class show. Just like what I just showed you with Takara and Megan. Who do Nick Cannon has in common with him, where he would get on Nick Cannon's show probably without a problem? Katt Williams knows Nick Cannon. I think he was on a couple of seasons of Wildin' Out. So, I don't see why he wouldn't be able to get on the show. Why would young Pharaoh not be able to get on the Nick Cannon show if he, Katt and him pretty tight? So that's no problem. So yeah, let's move on. So stay tuned for that. I went on Nick Cannon's Cannon class. Didn't never. We got prizes here. Watch this.
100 million people with pre-existing conditions. As far as the say is concerned.
Hold on, pause. I wanna light somebody ass up in my comments real quick. Let me light a motherfucker up. It's a black woman too. God damn. Why is always y'all silly ass broads? Why? Why is it always? Let me say this right, and I want to give my disclaimer. The black woman will always be the divine deity and counterpart to my soul. But that is a righteous, elevated black. I'm not talking about dumb shit. Okay, now I have to light her up. I don't know how she live her personal life. But I have to say something to this comment. Somebody said, I don't care for government, period. But damn, YP, you are a true Trump supporter. Now, I've already explained my stance
on Donald Trump. But now let me say something to this broad, okay, that I have on my screen. Do you know what day it is, dumbass?
You see what she wrote? Let's first of all, before he gets nasty with it, because it's gonna get nasty. I don't care for government, period. But damn, wifey, you are a true Trump supporter. You're gonna tear her up for some. You're on this video supporting Trump, 100%. We can say that's a fact, right? So what did she say? But I don't think she said anything. I think you wanted to light a black girl up and say what you just said about
Don't you
a black girl.
know that in the next couple weeks, motherfucker, either we gonna be free or we damn near gonna be in a civil war in this country. What the fuck is more important in this country right now than this election? This is the most important election in the history of this goddamn country. What is more important than that? Would you rather me be on here talking to my people about motherfucking Tekashi 6ix9ine? No. I'm gonna keep my people up to date until this election is over. And then I'm gonna go fully back into doing me. But right now, while it's crunch time, black people specifically need somebody to tell them the goddamn truth. And so my thing is, it's always a goddamn goofy ass broad. What you want me? Would you rather me be on here talking about motherfucking sew-ins and lace fronts? What the fuck else? Like, for all my white friends that's watching this.
Sorry, I thought that was a shot. Because I was talking about lace fronts and weaves that I thought he had a unit on. And I think I have a picture of a unit. Hopefully, Jermaine Dupri recently have a movie role coming up, and I'm telling you, if you can't tell that they put units on without you even seeing the line, I mean, just take a look at the picture of Jermaine Dupri in the movie that he's playing. He's a bald head guy. He has a whole fade and a part. You can't see where it begins or ends. So explain it. So I don't see this. Allegedly, I don't know if young Pharaoh has a piece on, but come on. Who knows the difference between a lace front and a weave? But yet somehow young Pharaoh could tell you that. Next, let's move on to the white friends. Katt. They're scared about Trump and white friends.
Right now, who don't know what Katt means, go get you an urban dictionary and do the research. Katt.
Oh, this is the good stuff. This is the same video after me. So this is first he says he mentions Nick Cannon, which solidified another conspiracy of okay, makes sense. Young Pharaoh could be friends with Nick Cannon, but the dogging out the black girl, the silly broad. Now let's get to this point. I'm just like, what is this? This is what made me go double back. I said, I'm just gonna double back. It's like, is this serious?
Katt, that nigga Joe Biden be capping. Joe Biden, you lucky you ain't grow up in the ghetto. You would have been in a lot of fights. Cause I could see what type of nigga you is. You cap. You full of capping. Joe Biden is a capping ass nigga. He said you in a motherfucking Chrysler. You feel like you in a. Remember when Katt Williams.
Now, I was like, once I heard that, I said, when did he ever talk about Katt Williams? At least anytime recent. Like, come on, stop. Like, what you wanted people to be like, oh, you don't look like Katt, or just like mention it so people could be like, like, if he mentions it, it's like a lot of people should be like, oh, don't you kind of look like Katt? So I guess he just wanted to throw it out there and be like, if I look like Katt, why is my comments like full of, you kind of look like Katt, but yet Katt whole line, Katt Williams' whole line, that I think was from his first comedy skit, the Chrysler joke. I don't know the Chrysler joke by heart. I know what he meant with the joke. It's like when you see a Chrysler pull up, but I mean, you knew the joke pretty well, and you stuttered around the Katt Williams name part, like Joe Biden, Katt. I mean, so anyway, where I'm going.
Nigga, you lucky you ain't grow up in the ghetto. You would have been in a lot of fights. Cause I could see what type of nigga you is. You cap. You full of capping. Joe Biden is a capping ass nigga. He said you in a motherfucking Chrysler. You feel like you in a. Remember when Katt Williams said, "Nigga, you think you in a?" He said, "You in a motherfucking Chrysler. You feel like you in a Phantom till a Phantom pull up." Joe Biden is the nigga in the Chrysler. Katt.
I actually remember that joke. It was hilarious, Katt. I mean, YP. Good joke. I liked that joke when it first was told. Um, yeah, that was a troll. I don't care. Like, you can say whatever you guys want.
That nigga be capping. Yo, man, listen, if I would have knew you could get paid to be a lying ass bitch, I would have became a motherfucking politician.
I just put that in there because I was like, around what he gonna say right after that. Like, if I could get paid to be a
years ago, you could just get on TV. Apparently, being a politician is the best motherfucking job there is. And
this whole scene was like very choppy. He tried to throw that cat thing in there. It got choppy and awkward. Sorry, it is what it is. I mean, it's a lot of conspiracies going on. Might not have to be exactly him, but let's be honest. You guys have some creepy stuff going on where you could be incubator babies coming out of these orphanages. A long time back in the days, they always had these shows like Oliver or Orphan Annie or what's the all the other Pippi Longstocking. All these orphanage kids. They I mean, I'm not 100% sure about exactly how it works, but we know that you guys are not growing up in neighborhoods and then making that's not happening. Like if you don't grow up like these people, you're most likely not going to get the multiple luxury cars and homes. It's not happening. You're not. You know, they might let you get a decent home and two alright cars and or at least a couple things, but you're not getting to these A-list high levels. They're the clearance cards. You're not getting that. You're not. If you weren't born with a silver spoon in your mouth, if you weren't born being told at like 3 or 2 years old, like, oh, you're gonna be practicing this and being recorded, like Nicki Minaj is on recorded saying she went to PS45. I mean, what does that equal? I mean, I even Googled it. Like, where's PS45? Does she come from Queens? Like, why is she traveling so far? It's like one in Staten Island. And I'm like, and it's like a private Catholic school. And yeah, look into seeing how these A-listers are on. It would be kind of common sense on if they are regular human beings, which I believe. I try to keep it as human as possible. Like, it got to be a very human explanation of it all, like adding on prosthetics or, these same people. I don't want to go too far out there. I always think that it has to be some type of very human-like reason answers to these things where they're like probably just getting orphan kids and train them from 3 to 5. I know that's like the primitive ages where you train these kids to. I don't know. I'm not going to research into it. It's just common sense and it's easy to see. So
because you can just say what the fuck you want to say, and it don't gotta be true. You could just get on TV and just be like, "Motherfucker, we gonna make it rain in the motherfucking foster home this week in $1 trillion."
Yeah, and just to say foster home, it's like, they always into that. They bought this, like they always talking about kids charities, and so the choice of just coming out of nowhere and picking foster home wasn't far fetched for this character.
And we gonna donate $1 billion to the homeless. Now I know I got a perm and I know you.
I'm just being rude because y'all hear that voice.
Later tonight I'm a girl and I know you won't. Motherfucker, we gonna make it rain in the motherfucking foster home this week in $1 trillion, and we gonna donate $1 billion to the homeless. Now I know I got a perm and I know you don't. Later tonight I'm a girl and I know you won't.
And then you see Solange. I mean, whatever that guy name is. Wow, you heard what he just said to him. Like, it's literally like, why would he be having sex with a girl? Like, isn't he a guy or is it Solange? Like, I don't know. Even he said he looked like Solange. Like, I'm not saying it. This is alleged that he's Solange, but even he said, apparently I'm Solange. And why would this joke be, and they're jokes. Everything they do is backwards, upside down. So if this is a joke, backwards, upside down, you should take it serious.
I know you don't. Later tonight I'm a girl and I know you won't.
Why wouldn't he be having sex with a girl? What's wrong with him? What do Katt know? Oh, this is I'm just going through some stuff that I see. I read online and stuff, and I just clip and snap things and say, I'm gonna give my view on it. Don't like it too bad. I prefer to be as honest as I can, so I don't want to upset people with my opinionated honesty. You can just like ignore it if you don't like it. I always would like responses. I don't care if they're negative. I actually, when some people are saying certain things like, "Oh, you gotta be," I know you're not serious and things like that. I'm like, let me let me look at it again. Like I don't really research. So I'm like I'm just grabbing things and putting it up. So I'm like, let me look again. Then when I looked again, I had more stuff to add. So yeah. So this guy right here is Conscious X. Um, I don't really watch his channel, but I would. He does content that I kind of like. I kind of like this content. I don't take it serious. I take some information that is good enough to take, and then a lot of stuff I like people's ideologies or beliefs, or this is what they are researching, or they are investigating. I'm into it. Hey, who cares? Like, as long as they're not like attacking or doing anything to anyone, and they're just like literally making videos and alleging that this is what they believe and this is the information that they gathered. Why wouldn't they be able to put that out there and just have other people build from there? So, Conscious X, he says something that grabbed my attention where it leads back to the last video I did where I said I don't have any issues with young Pharaoh. I believe that a lot of his information that he gives is good information, not factual information, but great ideology of how he believes certain things are occurring. Some stuff he has historical information that is accurate right off the book. He's just explaining it in his own words. So yeah, he's good at what he does, but then he goes the agenda and this is the agenda, and he has an agenda on his Instagram recently. After I said what I said about him, as soon as he said something about polygamy, now he has like a whole live. Like I follow him. He did the whole thing on polygamy. I was just like, he keeps bothering me. But let me stop. Anyway, yeah, he did a whole live on polygamy, and that's what I said. That I felt like if you're here to help people, polygamy is just like another LBGT EPC. Like it means like hook up with it's like stop the chaos. It's gonna cause chaos. If you cause a chaos, you're not helping. Straight up, you're adding on to something you say you're trying to fight. So this guy, Conscious, I want you to hear what he said, and of course he said this. He gets this. He gets his opinion from young Pharaoh, which I just said. They're influencing people. Yeah. And he doesn't sound too black. Conscious Sex doesn't sound black. I don't know. He might be a black guy, but he kind of sounds like he could be something else. So the fact that he got this information of black women and felt like it came from young Pharaoh, he's black and not that he's saying it. This is the influence. You shouldn't be doing that. Like, but even if you do, fine. But then you're gonna get stuff like this. That is the most. Why is he so dramatic? Yeah, we're around. And he said he was just thinking about it, like, why? You see? Thank you, young Pharaoh. Young Pharaoh taught me. Okay, here goes another thing. Dag, it's not showing. I had a hard time with the PowerPoint, so I did this little video on the iMovies. But look, it doesn't pull out the full thing. If you pull it, it's like I can't even go. At the bottom, it's like on YouTube. It said possible collaboration with Von Cutts and YP. He said that he's Von Cutts is stating he's given like information on why he might about to be linking up doing a podcast or something with Young Pharaoh. I just said this in my last thing. I said Young Pharaoh knew exactly who he was. He pretended like he didn't. He was like when you're in court. I've had a lot of when I was in school, I had a lot of court cases. I always won my little cases, and I always made sure that I don't care if the person was. I always won my cases. So if once you lie, once you get caught in a lie, I mean, how much would you really be wanting to? Once you're on the stand, you get caught in a lie. Nothing else you could say out your mouth will be listened to, So you pretend you had no idea. Now I'm not saying for a fact he knows him still, because I'm just saying like I wasn't far off with saying that this guy was influenced by this guy, and they're probably the same. They're probably from the same orphanage, incubating. You notice they grow up in little areas like Michelle Obama. You're not getting stories like these celebrities. You're not having these stories. Michelle Obama mother and brother, they all moved with this white family and it's like community. Who does that? Like, I don't know who whole family moves in with some white family and they're living in this white neighborhood, this black family, or Tommy Davis with his white story. And it changes from Africa, Nigeria to DC where he's having fights with white kids. Like his stories changes too. Their stories are terrible. They're terrible actors. That's how I know that all these things. I'll be like, bad actor. But anyway, I thought everybody knew. So when people are coming at me, I'm like, these are fake pages. It's not real pages that's coming. I think everybody knows the fake in the game of it all, where they want us to work really hard at your 2, 3 jobs, and you know, I think everybody gets the scam of it all. So yeah, wasn't too far off with him pretty much knowing. The guy was like, "Oh, this is my cousin." He's like, "Oh, this is like go ahead and say," like he didn't know who he was, and then he was like, "Oh no, it ain't." Things pretend like, and then the comments came and he was like, "Oh, somebody sent in the comment," but he knew he wanted to say right off the bat, "This ain't Vaughn because I know him," but he didn't want to say. For some reason, he acted like he didn't know who Vaughn was, and then it was like, "Oh, the comments helped him," but then he's doing like come on. It was obvious that he influenced, and y'all probably all from the he started promoting polygamy not too long ago. So I'm like, yeah, they got an agenda going, and let's be honest, it adds on to the LB. It's all a part that same. Don't think polygamy ain't adding on to that LBG. Like it's all chaos. It's all let's hook up around this circle. Like stop. Everything's supposed to be more natural, naturally nature. Women is not into sharing. So how could that naturally have somebody? How could someone say that and think that that's not going to cause ultimate big? And I think at some point it was polygamy, and a lot of people were getting poison and stuff. So go for it. Just wanted to show you guys the serpent tongue, like that YP has. I said, his tongue goes. He does a lot of that. And this is like something from somebody's video where they're showing like people that's like possessed that has that, that mark of the beast in them. They do this little serpent tongue. And oh boy, you can see it on CNN too. They have like the vampire teeth popping out and going back and forth, and then the little tongues. There's like a lot of weird eyes. And don't get it twisted. I don't think that is for real. Yeah, I think every time we're watching it off of a camera, I can't tell you if the camera's trying to make us believe that these people are shift shifting. I don't see it in front of my eyes. I can't tell you that this is not a magical situation going on. But they do have it going on. But is it a real situation? I don't know. I'm not scared of them though. I know they want you to be scared. They want Freddy Krueger. They want to attack you in your sleep. You wake up not being able to breathe well, and it's like, and people are like, oh, I gotta take a break from watching these kids, the stuff that happens to kids. Like, yeah, take a break, because you know what? None of that stuff is going to change. They've been trying to save the kids 30 years. I mean, 30 years ago, it was like something, oh, let's save the kids. So what happened for 30 years where they back? Like, they save the kids? Like, don't take 30 years to save kids or whatever you guys are trying to do. It's been going on for more than 30. I'm just saying that, because they do things in series. So if you want to go back, it's just like what they were mentioning, like, oh, Trump is like housing or something from the 1960s. Yeah, and then 60 years later, 2020, we're over here discuss like they do things in series. So, you could catch things like that if you just keep researching like the 30s, 60s, and 15s, because it's half and 30 half. So anyway, if you're really good at math, which I am, it's not really hard to figure out when they do all those codes. They always say, oh, 150 million votes in 3 months. That's 3 6 backwards. You know what I'm trying to say? Anyway, good. Let's go. You saw the serpent tongue with Trump, right?
those lives, go to my second channel.
I need the PowerPoint because this is not, it doesn't work well with me. It's not keeping up with me. But bear with me. I'm trying. I'm gonna try to get better with my little videos. I just try my best. Yeah. So look, yeah, you see the tongue. Oh, this one too, right? Why you don't see Katt Williams as much no more? Like I say, they disappear. For what? Anytime you see big celebrities just disappearing off, like it's a lot of them that just always, you never hear. They say, and there's other celebrities that just don't stop on Instagram every day. So you gotta understand that they're doing these. It's not them doing it. It's reasons why they're staying off, disappearing, popping back up.
Schedules and things like that, but we did shoot it.
Now, going back to him, this isn't funny. I don't know. I've already told you guys I didn't know about him and being Fab and the Mina lady being Mary J. But I'm never really wrong. And ever since I said that, he's been putting up like stills and emojis. Like, why you just can't come on? You're a guy. What you have no shirt on? Like, your haircut ain't right. What happened? You've been doing a lot of things since I said what I said, but it's all been emojis and he's not coming live. And I'm not saying because he can't come live because he thinks I'm not saying that. I'm saying because it seems like Fab is mobile. He's doing a lot. It's like he had a lot of things going on. I follow him on Instagram, so yeah, he probably couldn't really switch to Fab. To gain a little bit of the character. They always have these like chunkier. I don't know for a fact, but I'm watching. I'm waiting for people to say, oh, I know this guy because he's saying he's from areas where people should be able to say they know him. But I don't know. He's an age group out of me, so I'll figure it out. I always try to show people pages. I think this lady name is Tamara something of Yeshua. She has a really good channel. I like a lot of her stuff. I'm not really into her religion, but like I say, they have a lot of truths of how religions and stuff works. And so if she's specializing in this religion, she's going to give you a lot of good info on this religion, which is if they believe it, you should know what's going on. Like I always want to know everything because there's people out there that believe in it.
Because they are essentially robots. The public has been made to think celebrity meltdowns are normal behavior, so we don't question the continually odd behavior displayed by those churned out by the culture industry. Kanye West's influence as a celebrity resonates with the youth who see celebrities as idols. Kanye is helping to normalize orgiastic imagery.
Now I put this video in here because I just wanted to go over quickly, like video that Kanye did with all those celebrities. It was like Bush, Trump, and like ironically, these people, I feel like they all affiliated. I think Bush gave the stamp for Trump. Trump is the 45th president. That equals to. I'm not even gonna go there. I don't like to get involved. Like, I mean, Joe Biden is not even an option. Let's be honest. Like, he's touching kids all day. So who's gonna vote that in? I mean, but whatever. You're gonna let him get access to a bunch of kids again and go for it. Trump is the 45th president. They keep saying he's the orange president. I mean, orange is a special color for them. Put it in gematria. You know what that equals to. So, I mean, clear as day why Trump became president, and it's clear as day that most likely he will become president again. Or this was his role to act like this irresponsible person where they let Biden take over for some reason. When he dies and Camilla takes over and they have this first black. But anyway, I really think it's going to go the Trump route because of the orange references and the 40 number for it. Like he's really the big guy in town. Like they were waiting for him to come, to lead us into this new world order. But anyway, let's keep it moving. So yeah. So the people that he had laying in the bed from this video with the Kanye video, I don't think that wax museums say that it takes like millions of dollars and a lot of time. Why would Kanye just do a video? And I'm saying these people are lifelike. This isn't like no little bit of things just popping. This is so you're telling me Kanye spent millions on each one of these people, and it didn't. How long did it take? Because these are wax figures and stuff. Like, come on. They tell us the wax figures take forever and it costs so much. Where did he get all these people from? let's be honest, they're not. I don't think they're surrogates or robots. I think these are actually them laying there sleeping. As realistic as it looks, very realistic. These people will play the game. They will lay there sleeping, and they're all friends. Like, but let y'all think that this is like he paid all this money for wax figures and they're all asleep. And people already said that during the time of this video being taped that they heard breathing. So
longevity suggests that the celebrities in the video speaks volumes towards their slave.
this is the land of the twins. Not related. It's nothing that they're saying where they're saying, oh, these people are related. They just look I mean, people would say, oh, people be like, oh, you look like this person. Every time somebody would say I look like somebody, when I look, I'm like, I'm squinting with one eye. And I'm kind of looking at that person like, really? Or I could say, I see what you mean, but it's not going to be something like this going on. You know, I never got that. I haven't, no one has never showed me nothing where it's like this going on, and we're not related. So y'all can believe this if y'all want. And I keep telling people, find it, and they better not be first cousins or siblings. Like, find it, show me where it's just like, what's going on? You know, not really this, but I can see it, but it's somewhere. It's just like, come on, you know. It's not mistakes, and I don't have to keep because these are other people's videos, so I'm not just gonna keep letting it play all the way through. You could check these people. Look, Paul McCartney and Obama's mother. I already told people from the jump. I said, look at his mother. Some people be like, oh, we don't believe the mother, the father. Sometimes the father could probably be a regular person, and it's the mother, and then the next thing the father get canceled, and they're gone. And this was the person all along, you know? Like, so don't think just because they're having children, like, yes. And I told him, I said, look into his mother, you know? I don't know if she's Paul McCartney, I don't care. But the thing is, we all know that they're infiltrators. And the whole point of this is that you take away is that stop, you gotta stop listening, stop idolizing. I don't even think that they make money off of us because we're not. I don't know the last time I bought a CD, so I don't know how much money they're really making off of people and who's supporting them. They make most money off of the rich people that's giving me checks. So the rich people already have their money. They're not collecting from us. They do these things because they want to make sure that they are influencing us. So yeah, the sales or the views have to be there in order for these rich people to cut them their check. You know, because we gotta behave the way that they are, pushing out. Stop behaving that way. Stop listen. Stop having the arguments and saying, "Oh, Tori is a bum," because it's fake. Stop saying Megan, she did her foot, and she should be able. The stories are ridiculously terrible, acting and fake. Like, are y'all serious? I would just listen to the story and just keep moving. Like, but y'all be having conversations and arguments about it, and I'm like, wow, everyone is still like on that level. Anyway, yeah, listen. You have probably a neighbor that does music and you know for a fact that this music is theirs and it's not being prayed over on masters or got mastered his master, or you have family that does design clothes, or you don't have to wear Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton ain't outside wearing Louis Vuitton making it pop. Louis Vuitton is putting Louis Vuitton on actual people, and those actual people are making Louis Vuitton pop. So you go wear whatever your family up the block put it. Start wearing t-shirts and stuff. Let's get some of these people that have been eating for a long time. Let them support each other. Let the celebrities go to the celebrities concerts. Let the celebrities wear the celebrities. Let them, because I think they're getting it all for free and everything. Listen, if you want to get out this situation of working 2 or 3 jobs, trying to be better than people, that shouldn't matter. Let everybody eat. Stop trying to be better than people. Say, oh, I'm doing better. Just let everybody eat, and we could all, get up there and probably have the same, be as equal as these people if we stay together. Not the black and white, but the haves and the have-nots. Let the haves support each other and watch each other, and let the have-nots get on YouTube and do skits like Money and Violence and things like that, where we are directly getting everything and support your support. You're supporting them. You're paying cable and everything. Anyway, that would make the most sense to me. It's the only way you're gonna improve is the have and the have. And let the haves stay. The have nots stick together, but the have nots cannot stick together, and the haves are playing us like fiddles. They are acting like they arguing and shooting and doing all this stuff to each other, and it's just all laughs and giggles in the end, on us. That was funny. I don't know if you're not gonna write. Yeah, this right here, clear as day, what they're doing. You know, when this lady finishes it all up. So if this person get cut or something like in a movie, it'll bleed. So they're gonna put like some cadaver skin and some. They're gonna build up and yeah. So don't think for 1 second that they're not doing a build up. And the build up is what makes the face chunky. That's what's giving you the Ari looking face, the Ari face when they're like, oh, her face, I was talking about Jigsaw. I mean, come on, it's obviously got to be a character. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same girl that G Herbo is dating now. It's the same girl that, like they are weird like that. They did, because remember he was like, oh, believe it or not, they met each other when we were speaking. Like, you sure they're not the same person, or is the same person Dream Doll, her, Tiana and Dream Doll? Like, oh, they're friends. You see how that little circle works. But anyway, we're moving.
In which Urkel faces stiff competition from fellow televised avatar of obnoxiousness, David Lander, and his astonishing car in a case. But Urkel's invention is far less stupid.
It alters my DNA code on the genetic level, changing me into a completely different person.
And mind you, like I said, incubator babies, they could have a bunch of these people and all right, they look alike, but because they all coming from, they alternating DNAs and they're shooting them out and they're putting them in Queens and they're putting them here and they're putting them there, knowing they taping them when they're young. Who's getting videotaped that young? Like, oh, it's gonna be a star. Like, okay, yeah, right. They're pushing them out here. Is that's the humanly explanation of it all. They're altering DNA and they're putting people that look alike from. And it doesn't matter what generation they push them out. They have it available and they can create it and make it out, push it out.
This September, Steve Urkel is Buddy Love. Steph on her 12.
Wait a minute. What's wrong with you people? Can't you see what he did? He just stepped into a porta potty and changed his clothes and now he stands up straight.
Did you hear that? And this is all we've been trying to explain to you. What did he do? All he did was change his clothes, took his glasses off, stood up straight. You heard what the guy said. And he became someone else. He's another character. I mean, y'all don't have to like it. And it's not that serious. I'm going over these things. I do other videos. This is I'm just clicking off the phone. This is how easy. This is not even like old stuff. This stuff that I see like going through the day. Like I found all this week. They're pushing. You can find so much bullcrap and just point it out. So, I could do these videos all day if I wanted to, but I do other videos because if you guys aren't aware, I don't know what to tell you. You're not aware of the PSYOPs out here, PSYOPs operations. So when I was in school, I have a degree in liberal arts. Don't let me get to talking about school and how rigged that is for the have-nots. So, I eventually tried to get a degree because I wasn't just going to let them play me like that with all those credits in there. So, some of the liberal arts stuff, they go over a lot of like information of history. Like you got to take a lot of history classes, a lot of stuff. So I learned a lot of these psyop operations that the military performs on. Like I forget the guy from Cuba. They was trying to kill him. They did so many psyops and it's like certain operation names. And they tried to put food in his glass. They hired a bunch of Cuban people to invade his own, but for some reason, this guy they just kept missing him. Which is, like I said, the bad guy, all of them are together. So that's why they couldn't never catch this Cuba guy. I forget what his name is. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not too impressed with them, but I know their stories, I know the information, but I don't idolize them. So they couldn't catch Fidel Castro. They couldn't get him for nothing, and they did like 3 different operations on trying to kill him. So, another thing that they were telling us is it's a lot. It went down to how they used to speak with the revolution of how they uprose. I don't even want to go into that with the voodoo. And they told us stuff where they with the psyopses where they went to certain countries and they was performing something on women, telling them to line up to get like some procedure done, which was going to cause them not to be able to have children. Like they was cutting out stuff in there, and these women had no idea what they were doing. They just knew that they told them to line up, and they didn't speak English or nothing. These rec forces was coming to their countries and areas and was just clipping these women. You know what I'm saying? And they also said that it was found that they did something like that at Harlem Hospital as well. It was like something a big scandal. But I can't go back into it because I learned this in school and I don't really. I know I take the information with me to move accordingly, but I don't like record it in my head. Like I'm not gonna know about heart like young Pharaoh knew Katt Williams. You know, the driving thing line. I'm not gonna know about heart like him. He's talented like that. He has a great memory. Um, yes. The psyops or any form of communication and support objectives designed. It's always designed. So don't everything's designed to influence the opinion, emotions, attitudes, behavior. They're always in here with it because this is the most important thing. People always say this, but you control this and you use this. So they always try to play with this. It's very important. You follow this, you go with that, but they want to play with it all day. They have you guys in a frenzy, and it's all due to a psychological operation. Don't let them psychologically operate on you.
Playing hardware.
This lady with her bunch of swirly things in the chair, which I'm pretty sure you can make a bunch of sixes out of. Or nines, whatever they like to use, because everything's upside down, so they like nines too. But yeah, she goes on. This is the Freddy Krueger concept that I was talking about, where they try to scare you and they give you sleep paralysis. She goes over this whole document of with the duets, the duets of the plans and this and that. And then, the funny thing is, I'm gonna let you listen to some of the stuff she said. But the funny thing is, this guy, they're all in cahoots. He asks her like he's really going to get an answer. Well, what do you think we're supposed to do to get, to stop these plans? And she's like, oh, she gets she doesn't give her an answer. She just says some stuff where she spins you around like a politician and then goes back into the scary, no answer. That's basically what she's giving you a real good scare down, but when it comes to her answer, she's clueless, but she's so well informed.
On the showroom floor by 1954. So this document talks about a combination of irresistible attacks upon humanity and how they will control humanity. Politically, they talk about how they set up the political system.
And I always put the channel up there so you guys can look at the full video or things like that. Because this is not my video, but I like to review what I see. So unfortunately, I use your stuff because I saw your video. So don't be mad because I'm actually a client, I guess. And the customer's always right. Okay, anyway, let's go.
Right and left, so that we would feel our grievances were aired and our frustrations could come out. But the bankers were behind everyone who was elected, and they laugh at us. They laugh at us.
Which confirms everything I said. Like she said, the bankers are the ones that elect. The bankers are the ones that's doing everything. The bankers, the ones the bankers go to is the people that do everything. But let's be honest. The government, like, if I was the person that was supplying the bankers, what would the government be able to do with me? Right. So.
I believe that the president is literally an existential threat to America.
Joe Biden is a dummy.
I said, no. I said, if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
He was only a good vice president because he understood how to kiss Barack Obama's ass.
Says what has been will be again. What has been done will be done again. There is nothing new under the sun. Which means, like I said, go back in cycles. Go back 60 years, 30 years, 15 years. Do cycles and see all the events. And sometimes you could probably hear or see events exactly of what we're going through. It's just different names and different titles. It's a hamster wheel. It's a hamster wheel. And if you guys don't jump off of it, I mean, come on. Hollywood's actors and actresses. Hollywood's actors and actresses all not lowercase. They capitalize. All live a script for a character until the day they die. Until that character dies, at least until they die. Like, and I don't think that some people are not getting out of it. You know, it's a mafia in the game. These people are under there. It's like you working for the big homie. You know, these actors are working for the big homie. Some is the A-listers are definitely they blood in, blood out. You know, it's not coming. It's not. They're not getting out of that. So yeah, they're all actors. They all have acting names, and if you take a look at their names, their children names, it's all biblical names. They all have some type of affiliation with biblical names. So know that they are not creating these names, and so they're not all in affiliation. Oh, I just feel like being a biblical name when I come out. No, they are being given these situations. They're being given. So we are not the actresses and actors that we're watching. We're just watching the same people behind the scenes over and over through these people. You know, they're living their lives over and over and over through these people. They keep pushing their messages over and over through these people. Okay, I don't know what this is. It doesn't give us all, and I don't like that. That's why, like, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make it fit. Um, I forget what did this say. Um, says something may utilize trolls. The elite may utilize trolls to manipulate public opinions as I don't know this word initiative teams of sponsored trolls referred to as sock puppet armies. Okay, puppets is an online identity used for purpose of deception. They are deceiving you guys with all the shots in the feet and a man shooting a woman. And, I mean, could we confirm that was Megan out the car with her hands up and that was Tort or whoever those people were? Like, if you keep watching these scenes that are just if the cameraman can't stay still and he always got to do a improv cut in and out, and then once the stuff happened and it's over, who's taping it like that? Who you suck. We're not getting anything good. Like these people are fighting is like cameraman. Then it's we see something again. Then it's or if it's right directly in front, it's like I'm telling you, we're always squinting. We're always squinting. Don't watch any of those kind of videos. If you're squinting, it's definitely something like this going on. If you're squinting and you can't, like the boy that got shot on that truck. I mean, why did he run around this way and run back around that way? You know, and then once he did that, the camera cut off and it went and dived this way. So right then, bye with that. Okay, goodbye with those stories that make you go, oh my god, like can you believe that they are really doing this kind of stuff? And you know why? Because this person said so. Yeah, that guy said so. That guy. And I don't know who he likes his wine like this guy so much. I don't know if they're related to this guy. If this guy really got family out here or what. But they, for some reason, have all of this resources. Like I don't know why or how they inhabit it, or maybe this is down here is exactly what they say. And here he goes, the owner of the town of the world of this place down here, and people are like, look, I want to whatever I can get while I'm here, and then they do these things. These are the politicians, the police officers, the doctors, the doctors. They'll tear you up, and then right under, and unfortunately, this thing cut off. Unfortunately, this cuts off, and I'm gonna try to get everything in the screen next time. It's always an issue, but learning going forward, I will always try to improve my videos. But yeah, let's yeah, and going under the doctors, the lawyers, it was the actors and stuff underneath them. They had strings as well, and it was like actors and this and that. So here goes. This is the Indiana Jones. They said, remember in the Temple of Doom where Mola Ram, you know they like rams and lambs and goats and. But anyway, Mola Ram was the Baphomet figure who had his thuggies and subjects under complete mind control. So that's what I'm trying to explain to you guys. Like, if you're listening to Young Pharaoh and I'm telling you he has a serpent tongue and things like that, don't think that whatever information he's giving you is something that he actually probably researched out the book. These people are getting fed this information. He said he get it from his ancestors. This is the ancestors, the mind control, the whatever interference that they're getting, or however they got to study their lines. I don't know, but it's not their. It's not their direct. It's not them by themselves, It's always something behind the scenes that they're not going to tell you because there's the face. Yeah, the Apollo 11, Apollyon. I don't know if you know who Apollyon is. If you go through different religions, they have different names for different, like Osiris, and then it's like Set, and then on the other side of the same kind of people, it's just they want to call it a different name so it can relate to their culture, so everyone can roll with the what they're trying to have you roll with. So they'll have it all in different languages. So it'll be Osiris and Set on one side, then it'll be Moloch and Nimrod on another side, and it will be and we'll continue on to any names you want to name. You know what I'm saying? You could really like go on and on. So yeah, I don't know why they call this Apollo, but it's close to Apollyon, and that's not a good name. That's not a good person. And here goes the X and the 1. So it stands for 11, which is the pillars. Solomon's temple. They love these pillars. Everything will collapse, okay, without the pillars. So that's important. Just like the Solomon shield. I mean, they got things named after. You're like, oh, I'm gonna let the Solomon shield protect me. I guess. Like, what? How does this guy from all the way from biblical times got a security company? Yeah, but let's keep it moving. They got a star. The Apollo 11, the people that went to the moon, these astronauts got a star on the Hollywood boardwalk, you know. So who knows why they're giving astronauts an acting star? But they all died, I think, or something. This is like a little janky story where they all died, and then but they're all well alive using their same name. It's like they probably like, look, who cares? Like sometimes they don't care, and they dare you to say something. They dare you to question them. Yeah, $637 billion was made from this pandemic. 637 billion. Did you make any money, or have you made some of that stimulus and gave it right into here? All that. Listen, I hope you guys stop believing these people. They are just hungry. They're just annoying. Like, is this necessary to harass people just to gain some money? Like, yeah, the elites made this kind of money.
Like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is. I have no idea. You don't know. You don't know.
Now, when the celebrities say the stuff that we're saying, why y'all don't believe them? Even when they're joking, and they're not joking. Like, I don't know how is this a joke, whatever. But when they say the same stuff we're saying, why don't you believe them? They say it so crazily, and they laugh so much because it's like they desperately want you to believe it, but they know you won't. So they say it as a joke,
Show business don't know.
in a crazy way.
Come on, Jimmy. Seriously, the time is up. People are into this kind of stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it.
He said the time is up. People are on to the hip to this kind of stuff. I'm here to blow the lid.
Be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. For years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like
That's been hired from the government to distract you, to make you laugh. You think this guy's joking? You think he's being sarcastic?
so you don't know what's really going on. A new world.
This is just a picture I threw in there to let you know. You're not growing up like this. These A-listers is growing up a certain way. You're not growing up like them. You're not going to have a clearance card to the world. You're not going to get a clearance card. You're not going to be in Greece on a boat, sailing and going to wherever even regular celebrities can't go. These A-listers are, they're not you're not growing up like them. You're not growing up like them. They have interesting stories. Even like when people keep going back to that clip where Tupac like, oh, I think he's like, they say he talks feminine. A lot of people don't catch that. He says, oh, I had to go back and get my mother's with the S at the end, like his mother's permission, like both of his mothers, because his mother was a lesbian. Then one minute she's with the head of the the Black Power group. So was she a lesbian, or was she with the father, or was she with the guy, Shakur? Stories are never adding up. But he was raised around two women. The white woman that the mother was with, that she named Tupac, Parish, whatever, after. She met the lady in jail. And don't get it twisted, these people, she beat 100. The charges, add up the numbers. Like, you do the math. Do the math on that. She had 100 or something, beat them all. Like, stop. You can't even be half a charge. Like, they be desperate. And Puma, anybody that Puma, Black Panther, Puma. I know Lauren London is doing a Puma deal. I know the guy, Cowboy Son is doing a Puma deal. Puma. Hey, stop glitching. Yeah, anyways, glitching. Let me try to hurry up because the last time it uploaded my last video, it was YouTube that made it glitchy like that. And I hope they don't do that with this video. Yeah, but you're not growing up like them. So many years later, Aleister Crowley had me listen to a phonograph record, reversed. Everything's upside down and backwards to them. So if you want to understand things, please, everything they say, try to think of it backwards and upside down, and you might have the correct message. So anyway, many years later, Aleister Crowley had me listen to a photograph records reversed, attempting to train me in my early childhood to think backwards. Paul McCartney. Why are you around Aleister Crowley in your early childhoods? It goes back to the Inca baby, the thing that Steve Urkel came out of, altering the DNA. Yeah, I think they're real human beings, and they train them in the primitive. If you go to psychology, they tell you there's certain years that you have to, that the kids soak up. And yeah, what is he doing around this guy at an early childhood? Don't think these people are A-listers for fun. They always knew they were going to be an A-lister. They just didn't know what role they were going to end up getting, what skit they were going to get. They don't know if they were going to be a singer, actor, a politician. That's the only thing they probably don't know. But they know that they're going to be a A-lister because they're hanging out with people like that.
First of all, let's get one thing straight.
Okay, let's get one thing straight. Okay. I am a fan of these people's music. That's probably why you protect them. But you got to understand that they are not writing their music. They're not writing their music. They're not rapping their music. You think all these biblical references in the rap, all these biblical references in their music, all these biblical references was all just everybody's just thinking that way once they get on? Do you think that's why the music all has those kind of references in it? Because everyone is just, once they get on, they just have this mind of biblical kind of things. Love the music, but you know what we're saying. You know what we're listening to.
Crack is cheap.
It's not that, crack adds up. So she just want to talk crazy. And let's be honest, look at these people's eyes and stuff. I know a lot of people that be on drugs and stuff like that. I don't think they were really on no real crack. I think she probably was taking coke. But crack, absolutely not. You get a certain look. She got the coke look, and she got other stuff look. They drink and they doing stupid shit. And they're doing a lot. Doing a lot of stuff. But they don't never look like they're drunk or on drugs or this that. They have other choices of stuff. And I'm bringing this video up because I'm transitioning into. I'm done with recapping my last video, and now like this video I wanted to give some new content of demons I came across. I don't know if they're real demons. Like I said, I believe it's a Freddy Krueger sense of where they are. If it's on a camera, if we're watching a camera or TV, we don't know if it's real or if they are pushing these demon images, illusions for us to be like, oh. So I was on the phone really late the other day, and I came across a Beyonce video and was like, what is this? I was about to go to sleep, and I was like, I felt like they did the phones and stuff on this. They are very, and that doesn't have anything to do with aliens. This is just technology. This waves, it's sound waves, it's energy. We're living energy. This is energy all over here. So they put the video on to try to scare me before I went to sleep, and I was like, So I put a video up of it. Don't know if it's a real demon taking over this lady or not, but I caught it. I have good eyes, and this is why I do the videos, because I think a lot of people don't have the eyes for it. So yeah, she's gonna show you her demon.
Don't do crack. Don't do that. Crack is whack.
Is it alcohol? Is it marijuana?
No.
Is it cocaine? Is it pills?
It has been.
This is all the act.
All?
This is all the act. I mean, who talks like this? She is performing.
At times.
If you had to name the devil for you, the biggest devil among them.
Trust me, the question, this is all a skit. She knew what she was doing, and she knew what her answer was going to be. Who's the devil?
That would be me. Ever smoke crack? Let's get that straight, okay? We don't do crack. We don't do that. Crack is whack.
Is it alcohol? Is it marijuana? Is it cocaine? Is it pills?
It has been. At times.
All?
At times.
If you had to name the devil for you, the biggest devil among them.
That would be me.
And you saw that whole long smile and all that. She's trying to act like a demon is possessing her. The demons come out like this. This is when they act out like this. It comes in a smiley clown behavior, right? So she's acting like she's the devil. That's just what she's saying. It's in her. She's big time, big time. She gets rewarded for her role she played. Okay, she got ascension. She did her job. To their work. In her world, she did her job. This is the FBI. Come on, come with the symbolism. Like, what's up? Who is running the country? The FBI. You will go to the FBI for any help? Like, look, you're gonna go to them for help?
Them reading into my hand over my.
Well, Rihanna demons. We're gonna build up to Beyonce since you guys love her so much. We're gonna build up to showing you how these people act like they got demons and possessed in them. And then we're going to show you how they tried to scare me the other day with that Beyonce video.
Album cover.
Why is your hand over your eye?
Because I'm a devil worshiper. What are you talking about?
Something is not quite right here.
So she's like, why is your hand over your eye, Rihanna? And she's like, because I'm a devil. They always playing like, I'm a devil. And Rihanna, that's how I say you could literally listen to them say the same line. So we all know that they're not thinking alike like this. Person that the people that's opening them talks like this, and that's why all of them can say the same things.
Me being a devil worshiper or whatever, besides them reading into my hand over my eye on my album cover.
Why is your hand over your eye?
Because I'm a devil worshiper. What are you talking about?
And the thing, why would she ask her why, like as if 100 million celebrities haven't done this already? Rihanna didn't come up with this. This is what they want. Everyone's doing it. So I'm assuming that everyone is not coming saying, hey, I want the eye picture. I don't think anyone's coming saying that in the game. So why would she ask her why she has it covered like all the celebrities haven't done this already? This is the thing to do.
Something is not quite right here.
This is Rihanna. This is Rihanna in one of her videos. It's a really quick. They always do like really quick things. That's the Beyonce situation is very quick too. So you have to slow it down. This is like a really quick thing, and then she keeps it moving. But this is supposed to be her, right? I wish this was like a bigger like you could literally see like the eyes, the face. This is supposed to be the goat head. Like this is the goat. And I'm gonna show you on T.I. album. If you turn the T.I. album, new album upside down, you're gonna get the same image. You're gonna get that same image, okay? Turn it upside down. They love this image right here. Okay, you see what this is. This don't look like Rihanna, but this is her in her video. But what is all of this? Isn't she special? Isn't she a little cutie?
It is probable
With a big
that
head.
you have already sensed that something strange is going on in this frame. Let us take a closer look. First of all, it appears as if Rihanna is bent over, her head bowed low, her face against the floor. Her legs are parted, her arms upstretched, angled behind her. This frame is dualistic in nature. It tells two stories simultaneously. Look closely at Rihanna's hair. There are only a few strands leaning down towards the ground. Is this possible? If her head is fully bowed, then shouldn't all of her hair be leaning down towards the ground? Shouldn't the hair on the back of her head fold over towards the ground as well? Wouldn't gravity make this so? Secondly, there are anatomical impossibilities present in this frame. The distance between Rihanna's bowed head and shoulders is anatomically disproportionate. Given the relative position of her trapezius muscles and pectoralis major muscles, Rihanna's neck would have to be about 11 inches long in order for her head to reach that low. From this position, her neck would
You kind of get the idea that. I guess Rihanna didn't notice either. She want to laugh about it. Let's get to the star of the show. This is what the video is really about. I just wanted to do a video on them trying to scare me and give me sleep paralysis, even though I told them I don't believe in the hocus pocus that they are presenting to me until I see it in person. Because the stuff they're doing on video could be altered. And they could always act like they're shift shaped and this and that, but it's always on video. Look, first of all, she looked like Vegeta. Right here. Do you see it? Did you see it?
Closely at this area.
This is a video, guys. I put it right on there. That you're gonna look out for that part. It scares me to death. That night. I said, first of all, she does all of this stuff, right? She starts to look like a dolphin. She starts to look like a dolphin. And then she scared the crap out of me. Right here. Bro, and then she comes out of it. And then she does, so she act like she got possessed for that second, right? So I gotta slow it down for you guys because she does it so fast. And then I'm gonna show you screenshots of her turning into some type of ghost or reptilian. Like her whole face and eyes just turned. And if you go watch if you see it directly on my phone that at like 2 a.m. before I was going to sleep, it was like, what's the hell? Is okay, I need this alone before it messes up. Look, and then the camera keeps going by, so it's like they don't want us to see this part when she does it really fast. She's just like, she's definitely on one. Turned into Vegeta. Here it comes. I don't know what's going on, but she's just gonna pop out of nowhere like a ghost. Here it comes. Look. Ghost. 100% ghost right there. 100% something else right there. Then she busts out of it. Whoa. Then the camera comes back jumping in the front. It was a big illusion. It's very fast. Very fast situation. And here comes regular Beyonce again. Standing there like, it's me. I didn't just turn into a ghost and scare you. I'm gonna show you the regular version again. You're gonna catch it. She scared me. Catch when she turns into the ghost. Like, boom, boom. Now, did you catch the boom, boom? That's when she turned into the ghost. I'm gonna try to boom, boom it again for you guys, so y'all can see it in real time. And this is just off my Instagram. This is just like a fan page of hers. And here comes, boom, boom. What is that? Like, she goes in and out, and you saw it slow motion, right? Now I'm gonna do some screenshots for you guys. You can't see it good. You see that reptilian eye? You see that now? You see the screenshot of Beyonce? This is not really good stuff. You gotta see it directly. So just deal with it. But come on, she's obviously a different color, right? How do you change the color? How do you turn into a ghostly color while you're performing? How do you turn into a ghostly color? Same eyes. I can see her eyes clear in the actual phone. You're not seeing, these are open eyes. These are open eyes. They're just plain white. I'm gonna keep playing with you guys. You could pretend that somebody could turn straight white and then turn back regular color while they're dancing right in front of you all you want. I'm gonna go over that one little video really quick one more time. Not the slow motion, right? I could go to slow motion when she turns, so you guys can probably get it. This is the video. I'm gonna try to end it after this. Just want to recap, show my new little thing I caught that I like to keep putting out. I like to put like original stuff and my opinions out here. And it's Michelle Views. That's what this is about, okay? So let's take a look at this. She turns a whole nother color. Ooh, child. Did you see the eyes and the color? She's like ghostly. And I think she thinks she gets like the Holy Spirit. Because the other songs, she'd be like, when she starts to try to think she's going to sing like really loud or passionate, she starts to like act like she's getting that Holy Ghost, right? Now, I don't know if or she goes, ah, or do like something like that where she's like, ah, you know, and I think that's when she's summoning in these things to come pop out. You know, look, her skin goes back to that color. So it's just like, come on, who you beating in the head? It's obvious what happened here. Like, look, boom, boom. It's right there. And then she pops back out of it. It's like she comes out of it. And, I mean, it's clear as day. I try to make it easy for the people that can't really see well. But, I mean, you don't turn the whole ghost. You don't turn into this color and then turn back to your blonde hair and your tan skin. Once you did that, like, you did some weird stuff. And I was just like, wow. She tried to scare me before I went to sleep because I wasn't even looking at her video. She just popped up out of nowhere.
What is it that human beings used to know about the pineal gland in order to make it such an important part of their existence across cultures and time periods, which modern science does not? What is this way out of darkness? Famed French philosopher René Descartes described the pineal gland as the principal seat of the soul. He explained that humans have 2 ears, 2 eyes, and 2 sides of the brain, but only one pineal gland, the only part of the brain which is not doubled. Descartes believed that this meant it must be the place where information from all of these pairs was consolidated for consideration by the soul, a sort of meta-organ, which both combines and transcends all other senses. Here, the pineal gland described by Descartes bears a striking resemblance to what, in Hindu tradition, is called the 6th chakra, the eye of intuition, or more simply, the 3rd eye. Interestingly, recent scientific discoveries have shown that the pineal gland.
And I just wanted to put this up here because they study everything is based off of the human brain. Everything, 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 everything. The computer, the way how the landscapes, everything, everything. They love this. They love this. They can't get enough of this. Okay, so it's very important to know and to understand. And the pineal glands, like they say, is the only thing that comes singular. Everything else is a duality. So it is an eye. I did a test where it's just like you cover your eyes and then you cover this and like you could see literally see it. You could go like if you do this to your eyes, right? You're gonna see the light come and the light go. You can see like you're blocking the light from your eyes closed. You do this to the top of your forehead, and it's like it's literally the same thing. And you can do it anywhere else on your face, and you're not getting a shadow coming. You're not getting the light and the shadow. It only happens when you're doing these three things. You're taking the shadow right off. So it's obvious this is some type of some old damage. They say it's from an old ancestor, like a cyclops. And some people probably have issues where they have it. I don't know if anybody ever came out with a third eye where, they say things come through ancestors. But anyway,
Does, in
it's
reality,
important to
have
know
a
about
strangely similar.
when people say third eye and things like that. But I believe that the third eye, you just have to I think it's just a lot of things going inside people's minds, and it'd be like, oh, people are talking to you. Yeah, everybody talks to themselves in their minds. Your mind is always going, even when you're asleep. So you just gotta control this thing. I feel like the closest thing that you could get to like this realm that they're talking about of a fifth realm is in your sleep. Every time you're going to another realm, they make you lay down, relax, and take you to another. So, you got to think that when we're sleeping, it's the closest thing you can get to an explanation of if there's another afterlife. And look how it is in the dream. So, afterlife seems like it's going to be wild. But anyway.
Tissue makeup to the retinas of the eyes. Under a microscope, the cells appear almost identical. Because of this, scientists have postulated that the pineal gland may in fact be the remnants of an actual eye left over evolutionarily from a prehistoric ancestor, like the wings of an ostrich. But perhaps this third eye is not so much left over as forgotten. Perhaps the sixth sense discovered by Kirschvik and his
Now
team
you
was
see the
in fact
geometry,
rediscovered.
the
An
circle and
ancient
the
knowledge once celebrated through art and spirituality. An ability which human beings have not lost,
look at
but
the
rather
flower, the
merely
lotus
lost
flower.
awareness of. But if the pineal gland
These
is the
things are
source of the
symbolism.
sixth
They
sense,
believe in this
which
stuff.
humans have
They
lost
go hard
awareness
for
of,
these things.
what could a return of this awareness?
Can young blood help us live?
So yeah, I was trying to just get into a little bit of symbolism. It don't matter when they say, "Oh, the 45th president," and it equals this. It still means this to them. So don't understand the symbolisms. They love this number because they love the. This is like their concept. Like I see a 9, I see a 6. They love this. They love to confuse people. I see this, I see that. Let's fight. Let's have a war. Just over this stuff like this. They get those concepts. They get that these things occur. And they use it to their advantage to stay above and to keep us down. By this is I see a 6, I see a 9. And it's gonna be people over here arguing about it. Little symbolism, just wanna go over some symbolism. This is the pyramid. It's not about money. It's about ranks. They want the clearance. They want that clearance. They want that A-list clearance. They want that clearance. So they gotta work their way up. They gotta do a lot of evil. They gotta put in a lot of deception. They gotta put a lot of deception in the world. So we could be like, oh, did you hear this happen? And da da da. Well, a lot of other things is going on. They're still working 3, 4 jobs. I'm talking about. So they get rewarded. They climb this little pyramid. I just wanted you to see the numbers as well, and so you guys can have an understanding. When you see these things, you understand what it means. You see 300s, 33s, 13. These things are big symbolisms. Look out for these stuff. You always see like, oh, some 13, like movies or anything. It's always like something, and you're like, then you're realizing what you're watching. What kind of symbolism you're about to watch. The Illuminati's. And this is where I was going last time. You can't really see it. This is like a little map. I put like 2 different pictures because I couldn't get it fit all in one. This is where I was saying they're all a part of the same figure 8 circle, infinity circle, whatever. It started in ancient Egypt. I mean, well, ancient Egypt, I guess. Ancient times where it's like it wasn't really Egypt yet, but it was like the Canaanites where they kind of like split up and it kind of became this. Like these people split up, and these were black, these were African, these were melanated people. So I don't know when they split up how it kind of became like a whitewash situation going on. When these are definitely black people, and it's somehow, some way, the pharaohs, Osiris, Set, Moloch, this, that, Greeks, the Judah, the Jewish, and the Bohemians, the Templars. It stays a little black on this side. It gets a little white. So this is black and white. This is the arguments you guys are having. Are you guys having black and white arguments when they are all right? Black and whites are working all together in a network, and you guys are telling me you want to argue over something. They might be arguing, but the argument is the job. The job is to always argue, but stay all in power. Are we doing that? We argue. We just argue. It gets left like that. We're not working well. We're not working well together. We gotta work well together. They're working well together. Even if they argue, they still work well together. Trump don't like Hillary, but guess what? They're gonna work well together. Okay? I'll let them get you. This is what I was saying. It all boils down to this. This is the history of it. It went to this, it turned into that, it turned into this. Then it continued down on the. Now we're here. We're over here with it, with the Masons, the Jewets. This is who they're blaming it on now because this is the current time, the occult. You got to see where all of this, the Kabbalah. This is. Listen, stop. They're all the blue pill, the red. This is the blue. I think this is the blue. The Egyptians and no, the Egyptians and the Templars or the Freemasons, they're the red, and the Jewish and the the Babylon and all of them. Even though they're all in cahoots, they are all doing that black magic. They are all into that numerology, and they all have that information of how to utilize this free energy and sell it back to us. Even though they are pretending they're on the red and the blue pill, they are still a pill. They are still all together. And here goes our USA down here where they're about to destroy and tear up because this is their stuff. They created it, they brought it down this way, and if they want to make a new world order of it and destroy it, they could because we are affiliated into their greatness. So this is more symbolism. This is like the as above, as below. This is the 3-6. This is you gotta. This is like a whole chart. It's not coming out well here because you see half of it is cut off for some reason. But you gotta understand that these are things that they study. So when I put out videos and stuff like that, I see that they are clearly like this is on George Floyd. Am I bugging? Like this tattoo. And if you haven't seen this tattoo before, have you ever saw the movie with like Halle Berry? And I think it was called. She was like in a swimming pool. She was working in like a psychiatric ward. I forget what this movie was called. And her husband was like murdered on a road or something. A girl was murdered on a road, and she ran into the girl in the rain. She was coming from her job, working in a psychiatric. Well, this movie from Halle Berry. Anyway, the guy that was like trying to attack her was like her husband. He was all in cahoots. Her black husband, that guy that played on that garbage can show, The Rock or whatever his name was. Not The Rock, but his name was Rock. He had like some show back in the days. He was a garbage collector. Yeah, he played the husband. He's a black guy, played Halle Berry husband, and then it was this white guy, and they were best friends, and they was like harassing little girls, killing them, and throwing little thing. Yeah, anyway, and then the guy had this tattoo on him, So look, it's all connected. The abusing of the children and the women and this and that tattoo. So George Floyd having his tattoo is like they do symbolism. Symbolism. Oh, I shouldn't have said his name right. Anyway, my bad. Well. They're probably going to say something about that. But anyway, I didn't really say nothing about him. If y'all think it's real, then go for it. Yeah, the sun and the moon, the G-men, and don't get it twisted. The G is kind of like a Q as well. Like, Like, you guys, are y'all serious thinking that somebody's here to help and they just couldn't never say, like, you really think that this guy was just like, oh, we were planning for 30 years since this guy got killed, Kennedy got murdered, and we've been planning, and, bro, only thing you had to say was 2 words. Oh, these people were doing this, and we'd have been out there. Like, they out there now for bull crap reasons. You know, so who's really saving us? All thing I gotta say is 2 words, and the saving will be there. We'll wake by droves. They'll wake up like, oh, Trump is saying this, so he's not saying that. So stop it. They're not saving the Q or G or none of these people. The G men, the Q men. Okay, number 7 is important to them. So every time something, it's like a Jesus Christ reference. The other day it was like a basketball game, and then like the person that came in, like I think right before LeBron and won the game before that white guy, before they tied it up, he came out. I think his number equal number 7. It's like some Jesus Christ. So save. It's like always this. It's hard to explain, but you know when it's fixed when it's fixed. And I called the LeBron game 6 win. They knew they was gonna get from that 6th game. They couldn't help themselves. He was so incredible this year with his behavior, with what he has been doing, that they had to give him that 6 game win, and he definitely threw it up when he won. He threw it all the way up. Okay, he threw it up on the head. He threw them horns up. Yeah, so you guys know the symbolism. You can look these things up. So when you see stuff online or you see these shows, once you get the symbolisms, the numbers, the this, the that, you'll know what time it is. You'll know exactly what we're dealing with. This is another symbolism. This is the 1,000 point star light system. This is like where they get like all the zodiac signs and things like that. This is based off of zodiac signs, and all that is based off of an entrapment of time. You could let these people think that, oh, I'm a this, I'm a that, but your only thing you really are is what they're telling you are at the time. Like it's all designed, and we're following it. We're following the design. This is designs. This is the same. The designing. This is out everywhere, like Disney World, places like the Pentagon, the Statue of Liberty. You're going to see these designs, and these designs are for fun. We just showed you what it meant. We're just showing you what it means. So then, do you think they're designing for fun? They're having a good time putting out work like that. That doesn't seem that easy to just be wanting to mimic this all over the place. It means something. It means a lot. We're symbolized out, and these symbols are very questionable if it's a good symbol. A lot of people don't think there's anything good about these symbols. So we're living in a world construction of symbols that people think are kind of on the evil side. Like, what are we dealing with here?
Created not in a circle, but instead a square.
This is not the people say, oh, this is humans. Were found here. This and that. Like, let's be honest. I don't think the first human was born here. Stop. There was a lot of things going on before Egypt. Egypt, we had the Canaanites. The Canaanites before Egypt, the old Egypt in Africa. There was people there. So, I wouldn't say that was the beginning of people. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say no. No. You got so much spread throughout the whole other side, and let's be honest, we know a lot of stuff is going on in America. Well, no one just popped out and migrated all from Africa. There's stuff going on everywhere, simultaneously. Okay? Let's not be fooled by
Every
this.
sun monument is
I don't care
created
what color
not
they
as a
are.
sphere,
It was
but as a
humanity
square,
before Egypt.
where the Mayan,
There's this
Incan,
this is
Aztec,
just where it all began, of the control of the civilization and things like that. That's where this began. Humanity, no. Civilization, us monitoring our lives, and
Egyptian,
this is where it
or
began.
African,
So thank them.
the sun
Thank
is always
this
a square.
these people that migrated, which I believe is the Moors. They migrated from where the Moors, everybody came from South America, the Americas, and they migrated to Africa. If you ask me, everything's backward and upside down. You really think that they migrated from Africa to America? No, they migrated from America to Africa. But let's keep it moving. This guy is not an option. We know that I just showed you the coding. So it's kind of common sense that number 45 orange sounds like a winner, okay? And this is just, I don't think no one would really vote for this. Like, you're gonna give him access to this again? He was having a field day in the White House. Look, the kid don't want him touch. There's so many kids that was just like, ugh. You know, he couldn't get a hint. He just didn't care either. They don't mind the kids pushing him off them either. Like, is he dumb? I stopped it. I couldn't even watch him sniff her ear. You could use your imagination on how many other clips of him doing that. He can't be a real option. I mean, you guys care about kids, right? I mean, okay, yeah. So you telling me this is Cuba? This is the Guatemala detention camp where they're supposed to be holding these people that are doing terrible things like Obama and Hillary. You're supposed to be holding them, right? But you telling me this isn't a whole big show? You telling me this isn't a whole big joke to them? Why would you name it this? When did this become? When did this name become on this road? When did this road become this name? When did y'all put this in here? Why is it a joke? I thought this was a serious situation going on. You know, this spelled backwards is the new home. The new home. The new home of the deep state is backwards. Deep state new home. So they got this pinned on a. They got this pinned on a Yeah, and you couldn't see Trump, but Trump was holding his hands like this, you
The
know,
sun is
in that picture.
always a square.
So we just want to make sure that he was holding his hands like this in the picture. You can't really see it because the picture doesn't go all the way down. So I was just showing you the choices we got, you know, beautiful choices that young Pharaoh believes in. So we already know what kind of sketchy character that is, okay? Because I'm pretty sure young Pharaoh with his scientific knowledge could easily add up number 45 president in orange coding and you know, I'm pretty sure he's pretty smart, right? But yet he don't see any of that. Okay? And this is why I was trying to figure out who is Young Fat. Like he came in on a big side. We know that the lady he came in on is a psyop. She's a whole psyop. Everything was a whole psyop. This whole you can't see nothing. Camera shot is out. She's smoking a cigarette in people's faces. Like these rude people with police now all of a sudden and getting all these issues. You know? The whole psyops he came up on a game from. So that's what made me think who was this? Like he got to be a third character or part of the orphanage group kids, you know, where they infiltrate them young. They come out here just giving great information, like, oh, we love you and this and that and this. Oh yeah, and make sure you follow this too, which ain't no good. Ain't no, and that's all he was really there for, to push that or to push this for the Trump and the polygamy. Is y'all serious? Yeah, y'all gonna listen to that information and say, oh, that's a good idea. Like he wasn't smart enough to put two and two together with the numbers of the president, the color that they keep pushing this color on us too, and I just never got it. Then it's like, oh wow, they're serious. The Back to the Future reference, like they are well into their plans. They are on time. You know, they are on time with their plans. They don't want to miss a beat. They don't want to miss a year. They could be, you know, they could fall off. So they have to just everything has to run smooth for them. But you telling me that they're taking this stuff serious, and they got stuff like this where they're pinning on the maps. They're pinning on the maps of the Guatemala detention camp saying deep state new home. Like that just doesn't sit right. It doesn't make sense. Like why would y'all have that pinned in the road is named that? Like this is some big movie script. Like it was always gonna be that place. Like this is always gonna be their place at home. This is what the Cuban don't they not mess with Cuba? How are they holding people in Cuba if Cuba don't like? I don't know if they still got the deal on. One minute the deal is on, 1 minute the deal is off. We can't go to Cuba. We can't go to Cuba. But yeah, you're gonna hold all your highest profile criminals on Cuba. I guess maybe I don't know much about. Maybe they have a military base there that I don't know about. But just this alone, it's a crap show. Okay, it's a joke. The new home, deep state gardens. the new home, Deep State Gardens, backwards new home, backwards Deep State. So we know who is playing, right? We know that the Illuminati is well equipping these people with a home to live in, because that's how they make their research candidates in vogue. I'm not gonna say what I'm doing, but I think you guys could guess with the candidates that they keep giving us. You know what I'm gonna do. You think I'm gonna sit in line for hours and take out my? Look how rude they are to us. They know it's a bunch of crap, but they'll have take out your whole day, make you stand in line, make you, this is the kind of stuff you let them do to y'all. Okay, that's it. Great. Yeah, I really don't even got no other topics. I go off the dome, so I had no other topics to go unless I see something and I'm just going over it. Like, yeah, what's this? What's that? I should go on my Instagram. I have so much stuff saved in my Instagram. I'm gonna just do another video probably of that, where the Jermaine Dupri hair piece, where you could clearly see you can't see where it starts or begins. So that's where I was trying to tell you about the dreadheads. The dreadheads, they all have this like janky dread where it's not neat at all. It's always like a bunch of crap on top, like the weekend. So like a bunch of stuff on top, then dreads. Like so, they always doing that same stuff, you know. And just like Cardi B, her man name is Offset, and then the other day she's like, oh, Set, so she goes from Set, okay? Like, not gonna continue on. You guys get the picture. So that concludes this episode of Candace Michelle Views. Like, share, and subscribe. You guys are not liking or subscribing or sharing. You gave some comments, whatever, with your comments. I don't mind them, I like them. I like you guys. I like the guys. I like people that comment because guess what? I'm a commenter. I comment on people's pages. You're gonna see me commenting, so don't mind. Yeah. So that's all I have for you guys. I'm gonna come out with a video. My next video is gonna be about my package I bought the other day from a online clothing store. I buy a lot of stuff online. That's my problem. I know that I don't try to live according to any of this stuff, but sometimes people have to have their issues. And my issues is online shopping or shopping. I like to collect things. I'm a collector. I'm an item collector with like sunglasses and things like that. So I like to do reviews on things I purchased because like I said, I've looked into things and try to see stuff reviews before I purchase. And a lot of people are compromised on YouTube where they'll show you some stuff and when you get it, so it's like, okay, they must have paid them. They're not paying me. So look at my reviews before you buy stuff. They're not paying me, and I'm gonna tell you how I felt, and I don't like nothing. So if I like something, get it, and if I don't like something, don't get it, because it's hard to please me. Yeah, that's it. This outfit is from the place that I'm gonna do the next video on. I had to actually tighten the shirt with like something. At the bottom because it ran a little big. And before the other stores their sizes run really small. I'm not gonna go over the clothing review. This will be another thing because I think the people that watch these kind of videos don't kind of watch my out online clothing, so I'm gonna separate it. So I will be coming out with a video. This is one of the outfits I'm going to have a video out with all the other outfits I bought and I actually tried them on so you can see how they try to rip me off. And yeah, that's all I have, guys. Peace.